All right, so we pulled up the Denver Nuggets, guys. As you guys know, they traded Will Barton and Monte Morris. I actually very much do miss Monte Morris, but we turned that into Ish Smith and Contavious Caldwell Pope. Brought Bruce Brown, brought back Devon Reed, and technically they also brought back Vlatko Chanchard. Brought in DeAndre Jordan, Adonis Arms, and Kellen Grady and Colin Gillespie. Colin Gillespie, I believe, is out for season with a fractured leg. What do you think of this team?
Dude, this will be a good team. It's contingent on a couple of factors.
Health.
Numero uno. Michael Porter Jr. is back. If Michael
health.
Porter Jr. can stay healthy, he is going to do what he was doing before he got injured. Now, Jamal, I'm not so worried as much because that was a long time ago and he hasn't dealt with this injury his entire career, Michael Porter Jr. I think that if Michael Porter Jr. is healthy, i.e. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic do their thing as well, I mean, you're probably going to make it past. You're going to make it past the first round. You're probably going to be a top 4 seed and have home field advantage. My one thing is, aren't they in the division with Golden State? That might be an issue. And Phoenix, is it? So they might not be able to get a top 4 seed just because of the new rules with seeding. But I think regardless, they should be able, if they're healthy, they should be able to get past the first round. And you're really going to see guys like Bruce Brown Jr., massive impact in the playoffs. KCP, Bones Highland's ready to step up to the next, take another step. And then, I mean, honestly, if you got guys like Zeke Naji, Devon Reed, if these guys are producing as well, that helps them a lot. But I think they'll probably make it to the second round, and it's going to depend on health, and it's going to depend on, is it enough firepower? I think it's plenty of firepower, but it's been a couple of years. I mean, we forget 2020, this team almost made it to the finals. Jamal Murray was on a different, he was on something. I don't know what it was, but
Jamal Murray, I don't think we need to see bubble Jamal Murray. I think that's just us sitting here and being like, okay, let's just conjure up the best version of a player and let's see if we can continue. Like, no one's over here like TJ Warren. We need bubble TJ Warren. Everyone knew that was just a good streak, And
yeah, Jamal's a good player.
But he isn't bubble Jamal. That bubble Jamal was a top 5 point guard.
I think he'll.
Am I wrong for thinking that?
At some point in his career, he'll be a top 5 point guard.
I think he caps out. I think the best version of Jamal, like, don't get me wrong, that 20, 21 points, 47, 40. Can he average that yet? I know. I want to see what.
Look at that. You're seeing an increase every year right there. All 5 years increased. Increase.
Did he blow out his knee the year after the bubble?
I think he blew out his knee in. Well, yeah, it was after the bubble because it was after the bubble, 2020. I think he blew out his knee, if I'm not mistaken, around All-Star break.
Post All-Star break, 14 games after the All-Star break.
Damn. Okay, so that was even more doggy.
So if he can average the stats that he averaged his last full, honestly, I need 18 points a night from Jamal at the very least.
You're getting it. At least.
At least. I honestly need Michael Porter Jr. to be the second leading scorer. I need Jamal Murray to be the point guard. We need Contavious Caldwell Pope to be the 3-and-D guy, and then Aaron Gordon to be the Swiss Army knife. I look at this roster, and I've said this before. Zeke Nanji is their backup center. DeAndre Jordan's the third center. I think he's just a locker room present, and I think they're really going to go with Zeke Nanji because he's at 252 pounds now.
Wow.
Yeah, he put on 12 pounds of muscle.
Jeez.
This past offseason. Yeah, and I think he's going to year 3. He's shown flashes. I think this year they were like, fuck it. We'll bring in Jordan. Jordan will be like break the glass type emergency if there's an emergency. and Zeke Nnaji is doing terrible, they'll break the glass and pull DeAndre Jordan out on the court. But I think they're going to use Jordan to mentor Zeke Nnaji and basically tell Zeke Nnaji, you are the backup center for Jokic. Sup, Aaron?
Yeah, he should be. Was Aaron here?
Yeah, Aaron, just well. I find it interesting with Christian Brown, Vlatko Chanchar, Jeff Green, as what is their role going to be? Because we know Ish Smith is the insurance policy for Bones Highland. If Bones Highland doesn't take the jump or struggles with consistency, they're gonna play Ish Smith. That's what they've said. We got Bruce Brown. He's the other Swiss Army knife. Aaron Gordon's the big Swiss Army knife, the forward version of the Swiss Army knife, while Bruce Brown's the perimeter Swiss Army knife for this team, which is what they've needed. And then I think the thing is like this team's really good, and I like Devon Reed, but I don't know. Like, I think Jeff Green's fine. For me, I just thought, couldn't you have flipped that Christian Brown pick into something? I don't know. I hate Christian Brown, and honestly, let me turn off my Christian Brown hate. Christian Brown was a good draft pick in theory. He's gonna come in, play 15 minutes for them a night, just hit 3-pointers and play D.
You go to his same damn school, and is his name Christian Brown, not Braun? I don't know.
Brown. Yeah, dude. Okay, so for first 2 years, we all went here. We were like, is it Braun or Brown? And then like everyone found out it's Brown, and everyone like on Yak would make fun of him. They'd be like, I love spelling my name, not how it is. It's like just people make fun of him. Like, I love how my name is Brown and I don't even fucking spell it like that. Like like this is literally, this just makes no sense. Like, I understand if he had like an accent over one of the letters, but this is literally Braun. Like, who was that baseball player for the Brewers?
Terrence Fielder.
No, Braun, the one who did the.
Oh my
steroid.
God, Christian Braun.
Wait,
Wasn't his name Christian as well?
Braun.
That guy was a motherfucker for Cubs fans. That guy.
Ryan Braun.
That guy was a motherfucker.
Didn't he win the MVP and then the following year he got caught with steroid use?
I think something of sorts, because I know his career quickly
de-escalated. Yeah, so he won back-to-back MVPs. No, he won one MVP. He won 4 or 5 Silver Sluggers in a row and then got suspended. Was he a dog? I don't follow baseball. Okay, he was a dog.
He's an unfortunate dog.
All right, but I knew Ryan Braun as Ryan Braun, spelt it the same way. And I'm pretty sure Braun might be like a Jewish name, or might be German. But so when we first came here, everyone was like, that's Braun. And then like one day you just heard them say it's Christian Brown. And you're like, fuck you. Nobody really likes Christian Brown. Everyone thought he was kind of like an asshole on campus. Like everyone, like on the basketball team, if there was someone that everyone hated, it was Christian Brown and then Jalen Wilson. Even though a lot of girls like Jalen Wilson because they think he's hot.
It's girls like Christian Brown.
I mean, I bet you some conservative white girls who
Is he white?
Christian Brown? Yeah, he's like whiter than fucking you, bro. He's just as white as you.
Whiter than me.
Yeah, like
I got a pretty tan right now. So.
No, Christian Brown, mom's a MILF. Have you never seen that video of in the draft when that one guy Chris is standing there and he looks right and it's Christian Brown's mom's ass in his face and he just turns his head back and he's just like,
are you serious?
Like looking, trying to look the other way and like, and there's like the tweet is like, this man is fighting some demons right now.
Oh man, that is good.
I gotta find that, but what I like about this team is, can we give the Nuggets a round of applause for what they're doing? Is they have a bunch of old guys, but they're like, hey, not old guys. They have a bunch of veterans guys to win now, but they're like, we understand that we need to have as many, vets, guys who will be able to play now. But they're like, we understand that these guys aren't going to last forever. So we're going to develop Christian Brown. We're going to develop Bones Highland. We're going to develop Payne Watson. You can even say they're going to develop Devon Reed, and all these guys who could be guys who could develop into future players for them,
They do a great job at drafting. Very good job.
Yeah, I think they do. I always
And
find it like what?
I think they're very well disciplined as well.
Yeah, I think Mike Malone's an underrated coach, and I think Calvin Booth so far replacing our man Tim Conley, who went to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've done a good job, you know?
Yeah.
Though my biggest fear with this team is what we started with the original, is Michael Porter Jr. What if Michael Porter Jr. is not healthy? I mean, they have the players just in case.
Yeah, you've got, I mean, Brown will hold it down. KCP will hold it down, depending on, both of those guys would probably start. KCP should start regardless. I think you have Bruce come off the bench until he is too good to not play. They'd be totally fine. They'd be totally fine without Michael Porter Jr. as far as getting to the playoffs go. Maybe you can get past the first round. Maybe. I think this team is. I honestly think the Denver Nuggets are probably a second round team, regardless of Michael Porter Jr. or not.
Ready? Look at this
I think
guy.
that's how good they are.